Today, we are going to be taking a look at a block that may be one of my favorite in 1.17, a new block that was just added to the game, and that is the light block. Yes, this block is weird, okay? This block is different, and I'm going to talk all about it. So first of all, the light block is something that you are not going to be using in a normal survival world. This is something for the creative mode, and also something that is most likely going to be used by Mapmakers. Like, in general, you're probably not going to be using this block in a normal build. How do you get it? Well, on the Java edition, you use the command /give your username or whoever you want, and it's just called light, and then you're given the block. By default, you can see that number 15 in the corner. That is because this light is at a light level of 15. On the Bedrock version of the game, the command is slightly different. It is /give the player that you want to give it to. Light block is the full thing. And then by default, this will give you a light block with 0 light on it, which, to be fair, is a little bit sad. So in order to get a light block that actually has some light to it, give yourself some amount. So the next thing right after the actual light block is how many you want to be given. So you could be given a stack of 64. And then the next number is the light level that you want. So the highest is 15, but you could choose anything, 10, whatever. It looks like I already had the level 10. If you write in something above 16 or 15, like let's say 99, and hit enter, it will give you the highest level, which is 15. So you can see that I have a whole bunch of light level 15 blocks now. And these, when you put down, you can't actually see like you can in Java Edition. So on Java Edition, you get like a hitbox, and you can see these little particles in there, but you don't get that. Oh, that was weird. You don't get that on the Bedrock edition, so you basically just get to see light. If you want to get rid of the light block in Bedrock edition, you have to use commands. So use the fill command to fill an area and then replace only the light blocks with your fill. So you could fill this area with air, but only replace the light blocks, and then you'd be able to destroy them. So back over here on Java Edition, and we'll stick to Java Edition for the rest of the video. Whenever you put down a light block, you can actually see it whenever you are holding another light block. This works just the same way as the barrier block does. So when you're holding a barrier block, you can see barrier blocks, but when you move off of it after a while, that particle that is the barrier block goes away. Now you can still interact with the barrier block, so that's a little bit different because whenever you move away from the light block, you can't interact with it at all. So there's one in that corner right there. When I move away from it, there is no getting to that block. I could try to break all the blocks in that area, and still that light block remains. You have to be holding the light block in order to be able to interact with it, and that little particle of it will go away after a while. It's kind of like the barrier block, where there's like a little bit of a lag when it comes to whatever they're using to display the inside of that. So not only can you break the light block in Java Edition, but you can also change the light level by clicking on the block with another light block. And it's a little bit difficult to see in such a bright area. So if I click down a new light block, I can change the intensity of this light block just by clicking on it with another light block. Just like in the Bedrock edition, you have your number above the light, which that's in your inventory, and you can get a different level by using commands. Let me show you that real fast. So this command is a little bit weird. So you have to put in the light block that you want, and then on that you add the string with the little curly bracket, block, state, tag. then another curly bracket, level, colon, whatever level you want. So I could do 14 if I wanted, and then close both of those brackets, and then that is how you get that level. But there's an easier way to do that. So if you don't want to go through all the command stuff, what you can do is set the light level that you want. So let's set a very low light level here. Then if I hold down Control on my keyboard and use the pick block button, which by default is the middle mouse button, then you can pick up a block that has NBT data inside of it. So I am picking up this block, which is a light level of 7. So if I wanted something even brighter, I can hold down Control and pick block again, and now this one is light level 13. A fun little detail with the light block is that the texture changes depending on the light level. And this is true in the Bedrock version as well. The texture's slightly different, but they basically both have these dark light bulbs all the way up to a shining bright light bulb, which I think is so cool. What a weird detail. I mean, this block has to be given to you through the creative menu, through commands, and then only used in creative mode. And then very rarely are you going to change the light level. And at that, are you really going to look at this in your inventory? I mean, what a crazy tiny detail that they obviously spent time on. So there you go. Now you know that this exists in Minecraft. Now, I guess I did misspeak a bit, and that is that the light block can be used in survival mode. So, like on my supporter server, we gave away light blocks as an incentive to participating on the server. And so you can still use this in creative mode, and you'll see the hitbox, but you cannot destroy or break the block that you put down. So it is a pretty permanent placement if you are in survival mode. I think I just said creative mode, but if you're in survival mode. Now, if you must get rid of it in survival mode, you can put stuff into the light block and it will get rid of it. So if I put down a torch where the light block is and then destroy the torch, it's actually destroying the light block the moment that I put the torch down. And you can actually see that light chain just a bit. But if you put anything into that light block, then it will destroy it. Light blocks can be waterlogged though. So you can put a light block into water and light up the bottom of like a lake or something like that, if that's what you're trying to do. All in all, I think these blocks are just so cool, because if you are a map maker that is trying to find a way to add light into an area, before the only option that you had was to actually get an object in the game that output light. Now you have a ton more creative freedom just to put down a light block and to generate the light that you need in order to make your build look super duper cool, and to not have just random torches or lanterns or jack-o'-lanterns or what have you in the build to make sure that it is completely lit. So the light block is an awesome addition in my opinion. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Make sure you subscribe for future videos just like this one, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about it. I'll see you in another video. Bye.